Some people don't love you. They need you. They need your time, your energy, your silence. And the moment you stop giving it, they vanish. That's not loyalty. That's use. And if you don't recognize the difference, you'll spend your life giving everything to people who give you nothing but excuses. In this video, we're going to break down 7 quiet habits that make you an easy target and how to end them with calm, unshakable strength. 1. You explain yourself to people who've already decided you're wrong. When someone's mind is made up, no amount of explanation will change it. But still, you talk, you defend, justify, over-clarify. You give them more access to your thoughts than they ever earned. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject." Translation: don't waste your breath on closed minds. Explaining yourself over and over doesn't build understanding. It builds leverage for them. They'll twist your words, use your explanations against you, and drain you emotionally in the process. Learn to recognize when the conversation isn't about truth. It's about control. When that happens, stop talking. Let silence speak for you. You don't need to win every argument. You need to keep your peace. That's real power. That's stoic restraint. 2. You say yes when your gut screams no. You already know the feeling, that tightness in your chest when someone asks for a favor you don't want to give. But instead of saying no, you cave, you smile, you say sure while dying inside. That's not kindness. That's people-pleasing. And in the eyes of the opportunist, it's an open door. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Saying no is adversity for you and them, but it's where your real self is forged. Every yes that betrays your boundaries teaches people they can overstep, and they will. The more you give, the more they expect, not because they're cruel, but because you trained them to expect it. Say no without a speech, without guilt, without delay. Your life isn't a group project. Start treating it like your own. 3. You mistake guilt for responsibility. You feel bad when you can't help. You feel bad when someone else is upset. You carry emotions that aren't even yours, and you call it being a good person. But Stoicism draws a hard line here. Epictetus taught that we are only responsible for what is within our control, our judgments, choices, and actions, not how others feel about them. Manipulators love this confusion. They lean on your guilt to keep you compliant. They turn their crisis into your obligation, and the moment you push back, they act wounded, offended, shocked. Here's the truth. You are not responsible for someone else's chaos. If they're mad that you're not solving their problems, it's because they never respected your time in the first place. Let them be disappointed. Let them talk. You don't owe anyone your peace, not even if they cry. 4. You keep giving second chances to people who keep blowing the first. They mess up, they apologize, you forgive, then they do it again. It's a cycle, not of kindness, but of self-abandonment. And deep down, you know it. Stoicism teaches that a wise man watches patterns, not promises. Someone's intentions are irrelevant if their actions stay the same. Giving chance after chance isn't compassion, it's permission. The Roman Emperor Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. In other words, you don't have time to babysit dysfunction. If someone consistently disrespects your boundaries, your time, or your trust, cut them off. Not with bitterness, but with finality. You don't need revenge. You don't need closure. You need distance, because people will use you as long as you let them. And the longer you tolerate it, the harder it gets to walk away. 5. You stay quiet to keep the peace. You feel tension in the room. Someone crosses a line, a snide comment, a passive jab, but you say nothing. You tell yourself it's not worth the drama. You convince yourself you're keeping the peace, but it's not peace. It's quiet resentment. And the longer you swallow your voice, the easier you are to control. Stoic philosophy doesn't encourage conflict, but it does demand courage. As Seneca wrote, He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. That fear extends beyond death. Fear of discomfort, fear of confrontation, fear of being disliked. Speak up, not to argue, but to set the record straight. You can be calm and firm at the same time. If someone crosses your boundary, let them know. Not everything needs a fight, but everything needs a line. If you don't draw it, they'll walk all over you and call it love. 6. You try to earn respect by being useful. You show up, you fix problems, you offer help before anyone asks. You become the reliable one, the fixer, the go-to. And at first it feels good. You feel needed, valued. But over time, something shifts. You're not respected, you're expected. Your generosity turns into obligation. And when you stop, suddenly you're selfish. This is the trap of utility. As Marcus Aurelius said, the fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good. Not being used as a tool, but choosing your acts with intention. Don't confuse being used with being of service. The former drains you, the latter fulfills you. If you find yourself doing things just to keep your place in someone's life, you're already losing it. Respect built on usefulness isn't respect, it's dependence. And the day you say no, they'll show you how little you ever meant to them. 7. You forgive without requiring change. Forgiveness is powerful, but not when it's automatic, not when it's given without growth, without correction, without consequence. That's not forgiveness, that's surrender. The Stoics didn't cling to grudges, but they did demand standards. Epictetus warned that tolerating vice makes you complicit in it. When someone wrongs you and you forgive them without requiring change, you teach them that your boundaries are negotiable. This doesn't mean you hold hatred. It means you hold people accountable. If someone breaks your trust, they should have to earn it back, not with apologies, but with action. Letting people back in just because they're sorry is emotional laziness. It feels easier in the moment, but it costs you 10 times more in the long run. Forgive, but don't forget, and don't fold, because if nothing changes, and they'll keep using you forever. If any of this stung, it should, because the truth is, being used doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow erosion, 1,000 small choices where you silence yourself, tolerate too much, and tell yourself it's love, or loyalty, or just who you are. But none of that is true. Stoic thinking is about reclaiming control, not through rage, not through revenge, but through clarity. Knowing what you stand for, knowing what you'll no longer allow, and being willing to disappoint others if it means protecting yourself. You're not here to be everyone's crutch. You're here to build a life that reflects your values, your worth, and your freedom. So here's your next move. Start saying no. Start protecting your energy like your life depends on it, because in a very real way, it does. And if you're ready to live like that daily, subscribe. This channel is your path to real strength. No fluff, no games, just timeless principles for building the kind of life no one can take from you. Check the description for the tools that'll help you take the next step. And don't wait, because every day you delay is another day they take.